Flooding the toilet in a cell, especially in an isolation cell, is pretty common practice. And I would not have known that before I got into prison. But the first time that I was put in an isolation cell, I was in a county jail in Utah and I was completely mentally not well. They left me in there for about 11 days. They didn't let me out to shower and they just dropped a sack lunch in there. And I was so scared that they were trying to kill me. And I mean, just was really shook up. I had been involved in the justice system for a long time and just, I was completely overwhelmed. So I start plugging up the toilet because in my mind I'm thinking, okay, so if I flush this toilet and I flood the cell, maybe they'll let me out of here. And how strange is it that I find out later that that's common practice? Now I understand why people flood toilets. It's because literally you're scared for your life. And when you're in an isolation cell and you're there for a long time, you're not thinking clearly, right? The other thing that surprised me is people take the mop handle and they'll shove it up into the water, like the sprinklers, to turn on the sprinklers. This is all common practice, especially for people in isolation cells. And I don't know whether people are mentally struggling, so they put them in an isolation cell, or they put them in an isolation cell and they begin to mentally struggle. I don't know which comes first. But that is why people flood cells. They're just not well mentally. And it's just something that all of a sudden you have no options, especially if you're locked in for days and hours in an isolation cell, which is very claustrophobic. The only thing you have is the toilet. And I've seen people do it with apples and toilet paper and clothes, you name it. People will try to use it to flood the